a look at this Thor Broadcast 2-channel HDMI modulator that has an IP output of using an H.264 codec. Woo!
The wires are quite simple. You'll need the power supply, which you just plug in here. Obviously it's a power supply. There we go. You will need, so say you got a video source, and we'll say this is our video source. It's just a Thor Broadcast video replay. It actually plays back video. You can get like a lot of devices that just play MP4s. That might be what you want to do. So I'm just going to use, say this is the source. We'll plug an HDMI source into that, just for illustration purposes, and then that would go simply into your channel 1. But this thing can also do 2 channels. We'll just use, say this HDMI cable is, you say a computer, you're going to go to a computer or whatever, you just simply plug that in here, and there, and you can have whatever video source you want from there. Video and audio will transfer through a HDMI cable. And then, sorry about the mess of wires here, that will turn into a mess of wires. You got your RF out. You can use the RF out to send it to perhaps cable, to an antenna setup, or to a master antenna setup. And that's simply all you need to do is get a piece of F connector or RG6 cable or any kind of cable. I just got like a piece of cable just for illustrating. And you can hook it up to a splitter, and you just hook it up here, however you want to run your configuration. And you can connect it up there. And so you have your video sources and an RF out source. Also, this does have the ability to be a, I'm just going to turn this around. If you have it hooked up to your LAN network connector, you can stream via IP as well as through the RF. There, you just have to connect up the LAN connector, and it will send a video stream that you can stream to like the VLC or to any other kind of media player and make yourself a stream. Alright, so I got the modulator going here. I changed the default IP address because it wasn't working on my router, so that's a pretty easy thing to change. That's the first thing you're going to want to change, your IP address. Just change it to whatever you need to change it to. It's got 2 channels that I got input into it, and it also has a network streaming option, so it can stream via a UDP protocol over your local area network using the network cable. Here's, it's not too much, but I'll just give you an idea what's going on back here. There is 2 HDMI cables going in there, a Coax cable going into basically my master antenna system, which is connected to just a splitter. So they're just essentially attached to any kind of splitter, kind of like these splitters you get here. And so what I'm using for my 2 video sources to put into there, I'm using this satellite receiver. I just got a satellite receiver hooked up to my modulator so I can put out a channel. Also, what I wanted to try out is I got a computer down here, and it has 2 video out ports. So I'm just playing some video off of a live stream that I've done before, or some videos that I covered before. So I have the video feeds here on the displayed on the monitor. So this one here is a UDP interface. It's working through VLC, and also through VLC I have using my HD home run. I'm just showing you that it can cover. You can see both of the feeds. And the cool thing I really like about this particular modulator is it puts 2 channels on one carrier. So what that means is that both HDMI sources will show up as channel 12 or whatever you want to set it to, and the channels will be set up on the carrier how you want. Right now I have it set up like that. The modulator itself has a bit of a fan. You can hear that fan in the background for it. If you have a server rack, you can always install this into a server rack. Configure it on your local area network, plug it in, make sure you do have it plugged in, and if you know the IP address, which is displayed on the front of the modulator, so it should be, for area's sake, it should be this IP address here, 192.168.12, and it'll take you to the login page. I've already logged in, so it should be by default. Anything like this typically is admin, and the password is admin. You can change that later on as you go on. And here we are. We're all plugged in, ready to go. So I have HDMI port 1. I have a full HD signal, which is my satellite feed, and my HDMI port 2, which is my computer. For some reason, I was having a little bit of a tricky time getting 1080p because of the computer's output refresh rate. So I just for the sake of this video went with 1280 by 720. I could probably get this working at 1080, but right now I'm just gonna leave it with that. It has the encoder and the bit rate that it's using, making it. Over here you have your device information, your MAC address, your application and your version information, and all that here on your system. Here's your IP address. You can edit that too. So if you don't like this IP address, you want to give it a static or a different type of IP address, you can just simply do that in editing right here. I'm going to leave this the way I have it currently. Streaming settings. Okay, here is where I did do a little bit of changing right out of the gate. I had it set to J83B, and I wanted to use ATSC, so I just switched it over to ATSC. J83B is essentially QAM cable. So here's a quick Google search of what J83B is, and it has the modulation all here. You just do a quick Google search. This setting here is if you want to do it through a cable system and add a channel potentially for a security camera or something like that. In my applications for this, I typically use ATSC because I'm using it along with a master antenna system. So in here you have all these settings you can edit. You have your bit rates. You can bring down your bit rate or bring up your bit rate, and you can make one channel higher quality than the other. I haven't messed with the latency yet, but the latency, one thing is you might not want to game with one of these. Maybe it's possible. I kept the latency to have the better video quality, but then the tricky part with latency is it will be like a second or two delay. And audio format, you can switch to AC3, which should be pretty standard if you're running it to most TV sets. We'll be able to encode that. You have program number 1 and 2, your mirror channel 1 and 2, and here is what your program name will be. You can change that. You can call it, your channel, whatever. You call it your channel. So it gives you that many characters to use. So you got to use them sparingly. I'm just going to keep it right now for channel 1, channel 2, not save it. But if you want to kind of give it a custom name, you can do that. Your PTM PID is 64, and it has a little thing here you can edit. Your video PID is 66. Your audio PID is 67, and PCR PID is 65. And I'm not going to mess around with any of these at this point. I'm just going to go along with this. Now, if you don't like the frequency that it's on, you just click here. So by default, it did come on channel 14, but there actually is an over-the-air channel on channel 14. So I didn't want to go in. It actually was more powerful, and I could go over it because it's a weak channel on 14. But nobody broadcasts on channel 12. So I just wanted to be able to go to channel 12. And one of my main channels in my area is channel 11 anyway. So it's kind of cool just to be able to flip up one channel and then have my modulator channels. So I put it on channel 12 for the sake of this. Now, if you want to boost the power, mess around with that, you can. I'm going to leave it at 0 right now because I don't want to burn out my system. And it will scan in as the channel. So you can make it scan in as whatever channel you want it to be. Like I think you can actually put it on physical channel, like here on physical channel 12. But you can make it like whatever channel you want. Say it's like channel 51 or 50 or something like that. You can put it on that. that's pretty much the modulator setup with everything there. Now we go to IP streaming. So here's where we got the DNS address. So it's I was actually kind of surprised at this because the address was this number here, this 224.2.2.4. So that was for channel 2, and plus you have to have the port number. So I'm just going to use it on this computer, which I have set up to do it. So here I got them all prepared here on this computer. I'm just going to do Control F for the sake of this video. So here I'm on this separate computer, so I have the UDP playing the satellite receiver over here, and this is going through no machine, so it looks a little grainy. Don't forgive that. Alright, for whatever reason, to change the feed here, I'm just going to go open network stream, and I'm just going to Control V the UDP address in there and hit play. And there's the other feed. I wonder though if I can take VLC. So there's the UDP playing off of the HD home run, but I got two feeds playing here at once, but I didn't really want that. I just mixed up here. Network stream. There we go. So I got the two addresses just dropped and dragged in there. Let me just show you that. So I got my one feed here, which is the satellite receiver feed, and this is just the feed off of and probably the quality on this video here is like from a stream that I did years ago, so it's not the best quality, but it just shows that I can have two video feeds going through this different UDP decks. I got one here for my computer and one here for, and also this feed is only 720p, so it doesn't look the greatest quality. And plus this monitor is actually a 720p monitor on top of that, so. Great place to find one of these is just go to the Thor Broadcast website. They do have modulators of all kinds. If you feel like, hey, this is way too expensive, you can get one of these smaller one-channel modulators. This is meant for like all sorts of different applications. Here is the 4-channel. So yeah, this is geared for the gym, the stadium, hotels, or university where you want to have like TV set up and have multiple channels. A trailer park uses these, like any kind of like multi-home dwelling, a retirement home, which is great for this type of setup. All right, here it is on Thor Broadcast Product 2 HDMI IPTV low latency encoder for multicast. This thing does do multicast, which is so super freaking cool, man. So this will now this price tag might be high, but as I said, this is for like industrial use. So it's yeah, not necessarily for your home user. So, but if you're looking for something like this, here's a good rendition of what it does, all of what its potential has. So if you're like the stats for that, just go onto that. I'll have a link to this in the description of the video. So the cool thing now that I have is with my TV antenna, I can go through and there's channel 1.1, and that's my satellite receiver, and I go to 1.2. There is my computer playing a video off of that I created. That makes it real great for like just being able to distribute whatever video source you want. It could be like a security camera, it could be whatever, make your own TV station, whatever. I need back out of this. There we go. So there it is on my Roku TV. All I simply had to do for the Roku TV is allow that. Just go to like the antenna TV setup and hit the that shows up on the light, that button there. Rescan for channels, the star button, and you just hit rescan for channels and do a rescan, and it will scan in any new channels on any ATSC TV, or if you have a QAM cable TV too, you can add channels to an unused channel doing that. Alright, so I got this working now. Just had to do some configuring with it. So basically this will work like a channel changer. You'll just change your channels as you go here, and it will just kind of flip through different channels. I got 2 parallel channels in there, but basically it's the idea of how it will work. With this, if you set up each IP address to the video stream, you'll basically have like a cable box, and you have your own private cable system using this as your digital cable box for each unit, as long as you're running it through a local area network. So this is available at Thor Broadcast as well. They have like a kind of a custom setup for this application. Probably mainly if you're running a hotel or a multi-dwelling unit and you want to have video distributed through the local area network, even Wi-Fi, which would make it work better than having to run all the cables.
Hey everyone! Ready for the ultimate time trip? Whoa, the land of TV feeds! Awesome! Let's explore!
If I'm going too slow for you, click the settings and watch at 1.5 speed. If I'm going too fast, slow it down and enjoy the ride.